What's going on, y'all? Let's check out this video from More Pegasus about iDubbbz. See what's going down in these streets.
In today's video, iDubbbz is back, and after embarrassing himself talking about how the Iranian government is not actually oppressive, he's now mad that people are telling him to go to the Middle East to see for himself. He's following in the Diddy Piker footsteps and Glazing China as well for their epic communism. Asmongold has responded to the
Now, when I called him Hasan Jr., people said I was bugging.
Situation with his own parasocial theory about iDubbbz and Anissa. He claims iDubbbz is an easygoing passive person who is mentally held hostage by Anissa, the domineering person.
Yeah, the Candace situation. We're going to talk about that later. I want to talk about that after this. The Candace Owens situation is crazy.
I have responded, weighing in on the potential reality of the situation. The dastardly duo has exposed Ethan for frantically texting them to this day, sending 12 plus unhinged messages in a row. Ethan has responded, absolutely obliterating them and exposing all the DMs. They have confronted a hater who claims their content is boring and unempathetic. They bring up Charlie Kirk. Anissa has responded, claiming they have no empathy for evil people. Ironic. Asmongold is talking about the real reason Hasan actually hates him. Subscribe or you meet the same tragic fate as iDubbbz. You're cool. Do 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 do.
Well, going by the name, y'all could tell what was one of my favorite TV shows growing up, right? And going by my name, which was given to me too. Literally, because they said I was all cool and cracking jokes, but then whenever someone tried to come after me and my friends, I would transform like Beast Boy. But that's fucking hilarious. I love Teen Titans. One of my favorite shows ever. I wish they would bring it back, man. Bring back Teen Titans, nigga. Let's get another 7 seasons.
Now let's begin. Right, so rank number 1 puck, iDubbbz is back and he is very mad. Now, quick recap. Last time, iDubbbz and Anissa were making fun of an Iranian person for talking about oppression in Iran. And they were pretending that it simply doesn't exist and everything is fake and it's simply US propaganda.
People singing and dancing like on the street, it just feels weird because if you do that in Iran, like they can arrest you. Did you know that?
It feels like he's fucking paid to do propaganda for
the US.
Yeah.
Right, so after this, they got a ton of backlash for this going viral on Reddit and Twitter, and it got even worse when clips surfaced of Anissa thirsting over Hasan Piker, saying he's so hot and he has the moneymakers out.
And bro's got no shirt on and he's just flexing constantly. But he has the moneymakers out.
Meanwhile, all this time, she was demeaning her own husband, iDubbbz, saying that he's not attractive to straight women and he only appeals to like gay people.
Appealing to like straight women, specifically straight women, I think would be, it's just not, your vibe is not, it doesn't really.
Someone said, is there a look that appeals to everyone?
Hasan Abi appeals to everyone.
Oh my God.
I mean, absolutely brutal humiliation ritual. And that brings us to today. Basically, people are sick of the privileged scumbags.
That's so disgusting. Why would she say that to someone that she's with and loves?
iDubbbz and Anissa from US, Canada, wherever, and they are telling him to actually go to the Middle East and see how it is in places like Iran. iDubbbz seeds about people telling him to travel to the Middle East.
You should go to China like Hasan. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to going to China. Nor am I opposed to going to many places. Like, all these fucking losers are always like, you love the Middle East so much, why don't you go there? I bet you're afraid. But yeah, we want to. But like many Americans and Canadians for that matter, we do have, lives outside of, just doing things to disprove other people or whatever.
Okay, what the actual hell is going on? I swear to God, I'm not even making this up. I feel like his brain software downgraded. I mean, why is he responding so slowly? Buddy went back to Windows Vista, bro. Holy fucking shit. He's back on Internet Explorer, dude. What is that processing speed, bro? Anyways, yeah, iDubbbz, you're totally right. You're just too busy, obviously, you know? He's just too busy working his real job, that being streaming. And I don't even know if you're allowed to call this a job because you earn below minimum wage at this point. So, I mean, that's truly an impressive achievement that you can even call that a job, right? And even that income is not like guaranteed. It's not a fixed salary. In fact, we all know, we can accurately predict in the next few months, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, as we saw from the previous few months, where you had over 1,000 subs easily and you were about to hit your sub goal, but then it like dramatically dropped. And let me just say the absolute obvious here. The reason people are saying that you should actually go to the Middle East is because you are so ignorant and you live in complete privilege. You literally cannot even fathom real oppression. So when that guy was talking about how he was oppressed and everything, you guys were like, "What? Oh yeah, what a story, bro! You're telling me women can't dance in Iran? Like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? It sounds like a made up story." And then you read like a chatter and you instantly believe everything they say, that this is all fake, right? Basically employing the Hasan Piker playbook, right? And what I find particularly insane is that they're doing this now, when there's literally an absolutely crazy like protest revolution going on.
Somebody's, have you ever heard of, I'm gonna assume that's David BX. Are you talking about the singer that they're alleging did the crime? That a lot of people are saying that he definitely did that shit. I don't know. I haven't looked too deep into it, but if you're talking about that singer that does pop music, I actually listen to a lot of pop music. It feels like he does like alternative pop, but allegedly might have done something crazy. I think I heard of him, but I don't know that much about the case. Like, sounds crazy though. Hopefully we get to the truth. Yeah.
In Iran. And the thing is, like, they can't even turn on the news. Like, apparently their media feed is so filtered, they don't even come across this stuff. Wonder why people are protesting, guys. Must be nothing. It's obviously a utopia. So then he continues trying to be the white Hasan and he glazes China.
What's the hype with China? Well, they're just, the theory is that they have a lot more. So
you said the singer is guilty in your opinion. I've been watching the case. I don't know much, right? I know one thing's for certain. I don't know about the big crime. Well, both of them are big crimes, right? I'm not gonna even bleep myself out. I don't know about the murder because I haven't looked that deep into it. I know her being a fucking toddler, him having her all cuddled up and shit on camera in front of everybody. That's a nasty nigga, regardless. Nasty motherfucker, right? Like, I'm trying to censor myself. You can't censor yourself talking about that fucking case. And now I don't know all the details because after like the first few weeks, I stopped following the case. But when I seen all the receipts for pretty much the first crime of him being petty and foul, that should look like it's a smoking gun. He's done. That was done. Now with what happened to this person, I don't know the details of that. You guys would have to probably inform me. I've seen like certain things, like clips that look pretty shifty, but you know how TikTok is. I'm gonna need to see more than a fucking 5-second clip or something for that, right? Before I make any type of judgments. Now, as far as the first half, which I think everyone covered like a motherfucker within the first few weeks, he guilty of that shit. He guilty of the motherfucker of that. Yo, kids were blackmailing this guy. David, I think that's how you say his name, blackmailing him into hanging out with them and all this. Children were able to blackmail him because they had the information on him doing these nasty things with that child. So, as far as I'm concerned, that nigga going to hell regardless. He go. Oh, did I say hell? I meant jail. Or did I? But yeah, that's all I know about that. I don't really know the full detail of it. But I wouldn't be against looking at a fucking video to find more, like one video that's like combining everything. I don't want to like continuously follow the case necessarily, but if it's like one video that's like a breakdown of everything in that motherfucker, I'll check it out. I'll watch it with you guys. That girl had just turned 14. And wasn't the videos that they had together like from years ago? Oh, that's a nasty nigga. I know we not even, this ain't the topic. We talking about iDubbbz, but I gotta play a nasty song for this. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. That's
yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
disgusting. Unarguable. This nigga's wild. As far as the other stuff, I don't know anything about it. So if there's a video that combines all the information, I'll be willing to check it out with you guys.
Socialist programs that allow for a much more peaceful existence rather than scraping by.
I'm gonna be honest, the only case I've been looking into like crazy recently was I went back into the Michael Jackson case. They did him so dirty. I looked back into Y&W Melly's case. I was following that one since day one, and it seems like just a whole bunch of bullshit going on. I think that's the last case I was like actively, no, Tory Lanez. The Tory Lanez case. I looked into that one too as well. Those are like the last cases I was like taking seriously, watching every day. Like I'm watching the news reports. Was the Y&W Melly case and the Tory Lanez case.
Day to day.
Yes, of course. The great socialism, right? Straight from the Diddy Piker playbook 101 right there. Bro is firmly grasping onto that dictator schlong, you know? And you know he was seething when Maduro was captured, right? I mean, I don't even know if he's going to crash out over that, but it's like a predictable thing that's going to...
With Tory Lanez, I had a theory from the first incident, or the first time that information came out with Meg Thee Stallion. And I said it from day one what I thought happened. From day one. Come to find out now, there's a lot of people that's claiming, yes, that theory was accurate, that it was the other girl who grabbed the weapon and let it off, and not him.
Yeah, but he just sort of follows anything Hasan does at this point. I can't imagine they have a single thing they disagree on at this point. Well, I guess there is one thing iDubbbz will fight tooth and nail for. Who gets to sit on the cuck chair? He's not giving that position to Hasan, okay? He will fight till the death for that one. And I feel like everybody has pointed out the peak irony of them living in the West, you know, benefiting off capitalism, got his 7 million subscribers and made all this money through capitalism, but then he will always glaze everything that is not the West and, you know, communism and socialism. And people are essentially telling you to open your fucking eyes, right? Get off your dumbass American throne and actually think for yourself for once in your goddamn life. The guy who says, oh, everybody is a victim of US propaganda is ironically the only person who has been propagandized, ironically, again, by Hasan Piker, who is a propagandist, self-admitted.
I'm a propagandist.
And reminder that iDubbbz will literally cosplay as Dobby and wave around the trans flag, trying to be like trans for Halloween, and then be like, oh, well, I love the Iranian government. There's no oppression going on there. You know, Hasan told me that they're weirdly pro-trans guys, you know, forcing gay people to transition, just weirdly pro-trans, very pro-LGBT.
Iran is actually weirdly very pro-trans.
Honestly, I think so. Like, not even as a mockery thing. It seems he has brain damage.
I saw a Monkey Man. No, they're not. Nah, I don't know if Monkey Man is the same location. I should look that up. But no, I highly doubt that.
Why does he speak so slow? I thought I was the only person that noticed that. It's legitimately like, it's embarrassing. He has Internet Explorer processing speed, bro. Zombied out on ADHD meds, apparently. The pain on his face as he tries to fill in the blanks of an ideology that he doesn't understand are priceless. I guess Hasan never answered that specific question on a stream, so iDubbbz has to piece it together himself, and the results are priceless. Why this guy ever thought he could dip his toe into leftist politics is beyond me. I don't know if he thought he had a choice, bro. Anissa is like, basically, I'll leave you unless you do this shit. Ah, yes, the socialist programs that allow for a more peaceful existence. You know, the usual peaceful existence between China and Hong Kong, Taiwan, India, Tibet, and all these places. This broke loser doesn't have the money for that, lol. Fall off of the decade. Sucks to see it. Why is he still streaming just to trolls at this point and just go get a job? Dude, that's the thing with the Hasan orbiters. Even if they completely fall off, like Froggen, Casey Tron, all these absolute broke losers, they will do anything in the world but get a real job. They just can't imagine anything but streaming, guys. They're like way too used to it. They're like, oh, this is too easy. But then you're not earning anything, man. You can't do it. He won't go anywhere because he's broke now. He's literally selling his house. Yep, Caleb Hammer actually revealed that as well.
We know for a fact he is broke. They were trying to sell their house.
Moving on to Asmongold, responding with his own theory about iDubbbz and Anissa. Apparently he's getting parasocial. I think iDubbbz is very much like me.
Get into a little bit of parasocial behavior, okay? And I apologize, I very rarely do this, but we're going to do it because he loves to talk, and I think this is very annoying. And I want to talk about this, all right? I was talking about this with somebody else, and now I'm going to talk about it. So I think that iDubbbz is actually very much like me. iDubbbz is extremely like I am. I've met Ian. I've talked to Ian. I've seen his content over the years. Ian is an asshole, but he's also a very passive, live and let live, kind of easygoing guy. He's a very easy, relaxed guy to get along with. This isn't a guy to get stressed out, to get angry. Like, he might get anxious, maybe something like that, but he's not a confrontational, aggressive, hostile person. He's just not. He's not that kind of guy. And so his girlfriend, though, I think absolutely is. And I think that dissonance and that friction between those two personalities, because I can guarantee you that whenever there's a conflict, she's the one getting mad and he's the one saying, like, bro, like, stop. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. Right.
Right. I mean, I guess he's half right and half completely wrong. So, of course, we all know this. Anissa is the absolute demon flippin' parasite in this relationship who arguably ruined his life, completely changed his character and made him into a Hasan orbiter and minion, made him do this complete 180, went from the edgy N-word, F-word guy to woke iDubbbz, look at my trans flag, while also supporting terrorists and oppressive governments. Now, the thing is, one could argue that iDubbbz is a full-grown man and he made his own decisions here, right? And technically, that is why nobody actually has any sympathy for him or empathy. Got him, obviously. And it doesn't really matter whose fault it was that he turned out like this, right? Suppose you turn out...
iDubbbz was always like that. iDubbbz was always like that. He just pretended not to be. Trying to hold my damn coat. He was just pretending not to be. There was a lot of people who were on the extreme left that around that era of YouTube would present themselves as not such, as well as there are people on the left that are edgy as well. And around that era of YouTube, anyone who was edgy got classified as being on the right. And that wasn't the case. And there were people on the left who were edgy that was aware of this and milked that shit, leaning towards the right. There's a few people. iDubbbz, Hunter Avalon, like mad people that did that shit. And then later on, when a mask slipped and they showed their true full selves, their fans didn't like it because they didn't know that was the real them. But that was them the whole time.
Into a massive dickhead piece of shit. And everybody goes, okay, your wife changed you into this. But you're still the dickhead, man. As a 30-year-old, you just can't be blaming other people, right? Even if they are to blame partly, you still had autonomy in that decision. All this time, you choose to follow along and be part of it. And this isn't like a master-servant relationship or any sort of dynamic like that. They're supposed to be partners and equals here. So I don't know. There's just no excuse here. Now, as for iDubbbz's personality, I don't really think he's as tame as Asmongold is putting it here. Keep in mind that iDubbbz would literally confront people like Tanamongo in public, telling her to say the N-word, right? And that's not really an Omega introvert thing to do or whatever. You might argue that, oh, back then he was different, but I feel like that sort of stuff sticks with you and doesn't really change. And he was still with Anissa back then as well, right? I think my main issue with all of this and this logic is that it's offsetting the blame from iDubbbz, right? And you're basically just saying, okay, Anissa is the one, who's making him stressed and overwhelmed in order to do all this dumb shit. And he has no idea what he's doing. He's a little poor little lamb and he's getting manipulated. And there might be some truth to that, but also he's a full grown man. And I feel like Anissa is basically a catalyst, right? And if you know chemistry, it's like something that speeds up the reaction that was already going to happen. I feel like if he was going down this path, he was going down this path, Also, Asmon saying the dreaded sentence, oh, iDubbbz is very much like me. I mean, I don't know what you're doing, bro. You should not be saying that about yourself. That is absolutely dastardly, okay? And I don't really care what the context is here. No self-respecting man should ever be like, I'm just like iDubbbz. Come on, bro. We already got a New Year's miracle. You literally cleaned your room, okay? That is the first step to self-improvement, right? You're getting that confidence. Don't compare yourself to fucking iDubbbz. Even if you might be similar in some aspect, it's not worth it, all right? Get a grip. But honestly, I get what he means. He's basically saying like he's a passive and non-confrontational guy. And that's great and all, but sometimes you need to be confrontational, right? Otherwise, you just end up being a cuck, right? And just watching from the corner. And the thing is, like, I'm also a very chill guy, despite me bouncing in my fucking chair while ranting to a camera. I'm actually a really chill guy IRL, despite being the rank #1 hater in the entire world, obviously. The thing is, I'm a chill guy until you take advantage of my chillness and then you piss me off and I'm not going to let you walk over me and then I'll get confrontational, right? And that's basically what everybody should be like. It's called self-respect and boundaries. It's perfectly nice to be a chill and passive person, but if somebody's fucking shitting on you all this time, come on, you got to stand up for yourself. There's no merit in being a chill guy then. At that point, you got.
Which they will try. The more chill you are, the more people will think that they can play with you. That's facts.
Gotta put your foot down and start bouncing in your chair and calling them fucking regards, Come on. Then Asmon says that iDubbbz is mentally held hostage.
And he's the one saying like, bro, like, stop. I don't want to deal with this. Right. And so that's, I think, kind of what happened. Is that you do that for long enough and you get into a position where you're basically, mentally held hostage by this. It fucks up their mental state. And if you've ever been in a relationship with a really domineering, aggressive, hostile person like Anissa seems to be, you would know how much that kind of puts your entire mind into like a brain fog. Because it's just so stressful and unsettling and destabilizing and unbalancing that like you just like you can't even really think, right? It's like, what the fuck is going? Yeah, you're in survival mode. Exactly.
That sounds like someone who has a, what do you call it? Not anxious attachment style, but it's like another level, anxious avoidant attachment style, right? Where you're panicked to that degree. Not saying that this person should be putting you through that type of stress, but you can't even think, and that means that you have that type of attachment style, and you need to learn how to be able to process things more. But being with that type of person won't make it easier for you. I get that.
But you're constantly in fight or flight around this person, and you also like them, but there's this element of them that's like extremely mercurial, aggressive, and seemingly so in a random way. That to me sucks the life force out of a person so fast it is insane. So I think that's generally what's going on. So yeah, and I know this sounds crazy. Like I wanted to go out. I wanted to let out the parasocial demons. Let everybody know what I think.
I mean, yeah, we pretty much all know that he's being mentally corrupted by Anissa and stuff, but I don't think she's the only one to blame. You simply cannot absolve a grown man of all his responsibility. In fact, I find this case very peculiar because in most cases, people absolve a woman of all the responsibility, right? They baby the woman and they just blame the man. And somehow the opposite is happening here. I guess Anissa really is a special type of demon to take all this on here. But the thing is, all we have to do to uncover the truth here is to watch the Legendary series. And if you go to episode 1 of the Legendary series, it was iDubbbz who started all of this by making the content cop on Ethan. That was not Anissa. Now, she might have been finger fucking wagging in the background or, producing the video, but those are iDubbbz's words. He's speaking into the mic. Okay, he's heralding the video, whatever, right? And that just shows me that iDubbbz is a scumbag in and of himself. Half of these responses are concocted in his brain, right? And he had no sympathy for Ethan's kids, for example. So he deserves all the shit. I don't like this language of sort of babying him and giving all the responsibility to Anissa. Yes, iDubbbz is a victim. But also, at this point, he's committed so many crimes, nobody gives a fuck.
I wouldn't even say he's a victim, bro. Like, because you're choosing to be in that. If you're a grown ass man, bro, a grown ass man, and you can't notice what the hell is she doing, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't have said disgusting things about your audience that was able to see it and call it out, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I don't think he should be like blameless. You know what I mean? Like, he deserves to take some responsibility as well.
If he's a victim anymore, Also, you know what? I'm feeling fancy. Another episode of Life Lessons from Pegasus. So, about the domineering relationship, right? Again, the problem all stems from a lack of self-respect. Now, I feel like most people don't have this problem because the second a woman actually treats them like that, they will walk away and move on to the next.
Remember the studio person? Remember, guys, when I was supposed to go to the studio and record music? Why this motherfucker just hit me up now? Damn near weeks after when we were supposed to meet up. The fuck out of here. Okay, no, I'm good, brother.
Person that will actually love them and treat them well. Because anyone who tolerates this sort of bullshit in a relationship is essentially weak.
New beat mixtape coming out, son. When I announce I'm about to put out a beat mixtape. Hey, man, hey. Maybe now it's time to reschedule the studio. Nah, I'm cool. I'm good, bro. I'm good. No, thank you.
Pathetic. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to hear it, but you gotta grow some balls, know your worth, and walk away. And you gotta trust in the universe and trust in yourself that you will find somebody else. And the only reason you wouldn't do that is because you have a lack of self-respect and you think that this is the only person who will ever love you in the entire world or ever like you. And therefore, you don't have the courage to walk away. And I'm sorry to put it this way. I'm lying. I'm not sorry. This is pure unadulterated cock behavior, bro. Oh my God. Tectone responded, watching an Ian and Anissa stream is like watching a Hasan and Kaya stream pure abuse. Shocker. I just being non-confrontational. Yep. Same clip. This is an incredible charitable take from Asmongold on
walked up on homegirl and said the N-word. Yeah, that was nasty work right there. That was nasty work. Not even because of the N-word. Damn, that's creepy. You knew she was going to react like that. Nigga, get away from her. Well, let me go drive to meet you. Put my arms around you. Like, nigga, come on. And I think Anissa was telling him to do that shit.
Ian, I don't really necessarily agree with him, but it's kind of nice to see a little kindness, I guess. Well, I feel like this is not... iDubbbz doesn't deserve this level of kindness. I feel like when it comes to iDubbbz and Anissa, I don't know if Asmon has some random like trauma regarding his relationship or something like that, but I feel like he's a little too charitable and he thinks that he's like iDubbbz here, but you're just not, man. Like, don't fucking put yourself down that much. Moving on to iDubbbz and Anissa versus Ethan. Recently, they revealed that Ethan still frantically texts them, apparently trying to expose him. Anissa reveals H3 still sends them texts making fun of them.
Lord texted us the other day.
Dude, he texts us all the time, man.
All the time.
It's
and we
so
never
annoying.
respond. You should see Ian's phone.
All the time?
It's a group text.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 12 unhinged texts in a row.
Yeah.
The most recent one was... It makes it easier to ignore him because you can tell he's in
great pain. Yeah. Yeah. honestly.
Right. Okay. So they're trying to portray Ethan as this like desperate, unhinged, guy just frantically texting them or whatever. First off, you guys backstabbed him and you were like his best friend. So, anything is justified. But don't worry, Ethan has actually leaked the text, which we'll be looking at in a second. Good. Shouldn't have stabbed your friend in the back and destroyed Creator Clash and your career public image just so Hasan noticed you. Yeah, Ethan is the unwell one. Certainly not the charity scammers who destroyed their careers, fled to Canada, living what looks like a crack den, and having erratic streams to 100 people. It makes it easier to ignore because you can tell we caused him great pain. Empaths everyone. So Ethan responded saying that he sent them roughly 12 unhinged texts in a row. All the time. One text in 6+ months. Genuine hurt and confusion from a friend. This is malicious or just snarkbane. How do you not include us explaining it 2 minutes before? And I guess this is like the content cop and deputy. 6 months pass. Hey guys, I hope you're both miserable. Saying hi to the 100 people watching your stream. How's unemployment benefits in Canada? I was drinking with a friend and explained how you rat fricked me and felt inspired to send you some holiday cheer. Immature, I admit. We do a little trolling. Honestly, this just makes Ethan look amazing. Just shitting on them? Hell yeah. Right, so he leaked the entire conversation and he starts with this caption. F it, let's keep everyone feasting over the break. There are 3 sets of messages. First is right after Content Cop. Second is right after Content Deputy. Therefore, the first 2 were direct responses to his highly personal attack videos. In this case, I feel like direct messages were more than justified. Third, admittedly, was just for fun, and while very immature, I do think it's vital you both remember that you squandered your entire fortune and career. No socks, no plates, no bitches. That's just a little internet humor. I would never call a woman the B word. Feel free to block me, though. You guys are still welcome to call in anytime. Right, here we go. We got a Reddit post. This you? Anissa, you been like this the whole time? How two-faced does it get? And Ian, you are beyond pathetic, man. Nothing to even say to you. Honestly, I cared about you guys and always did. Always did right by you. It's funny. We suspected that you were not on our side, and that's why you were silent, and you confirmed it in your video. Meanwhile, you guys have been on Snark for years. Pathetic two-faced behavior. So they were friends with him while posting on Reddit, it seems. Meanwhile, Ian gets all high and mighty about why would I need something from you? Meanwhile, soaking...
My bad. How long was I muted? Thank you though, Biggs. Thank you. I was saying, I understand why he would be upset. Like, I do get why he would be bothered. They were friends for years, right? I wouldn't be texting him as much, but this don't seem like he was texting the amount of times that iDubbbz was presenting.
Up our promotion and support while spreading poison through the other side of your mouth. Shame on you both. Then there was this post. Anissa says, so glad the Dr. Disrespect news is finally out. I was holding on to the information for years and wasn't allowed to say anything. Same. Also the fact that there's more shit that people don't know about yet. Oh shit, so you know, okay. I wasn't sure how many people knew. I wonder if that will ever come out. So this was referencing the doc PDF file situation where apparently Anissa knew for years and years and did not say anything, which is not the best thing to admit, honestly. You know, guys, I'm sure Hasan will look at this and call them out for potentially protecting PDF files. Something that he called me out for, something I never fucking did. It was a random...
Yeah, I hope I wasn't muted for that long.
It apply from a chat. So, if he can do that, surely he can do that here. Just to put your mind at ease about that, I guess she's trying to prove it's like not her Reddit account. Prove it, all of them, make the account public. People said the worst things about you and I never believed any of it. I hope you saw those comments I left in support of you over the years. They were actually genuine, if you know what that means. Sorry, is that too transactional for you to expect my...
Hold on. You said, I think it's... And also, how you doing, Leah? I think it's refreshing to see a man be openly hurt by friendship ending so openly. Most men are pretty nonchalant. I can understand that. I've always been extremely honest, but I try not to be overbearing with it, right? So I could respect the fact that he's being honest and telling him like, damn, man, it kind of sucks that you would do this. And I think it's grimy that iDubbbz would try to use that against him, especially when y'all been friends for years, bro. So I couldn't understand what you're saying. I get it. it would be fake if they would have just act like it was just no big deal. Like it was that easy to cut off a friend. I get it.
Friend not to have a secret Twitter account where she shits on me. By the way, Ian, you told AB it was a net positive. Tell that Dr. Kirk. Don't get it twisted. Everything that dude is going through is your fault. Why the frick would you insert that poor man in the middle of this? Empathy, bro, for real? Like, how dare you put Lena in this situation and keep promoting her like she's the only fighter on the card, shameless and vile? How empathetic. Heard you guys were kicking people when they're down. Let me return the favor. F you both. You deserve what's happening to you. I'm guessing you heard we're stepping down from Creator Clash. We're doing that so people like Lena, who have been training for this, can participate in a charity event without us being a distraction. We hope when we are no longer involved, you'll allow her to compete in something she's been training for. And this was iDubbbz. I'm not prohibiting her in any way, dipshit. This is all you, my friend.
Why would
She's
you
fine.
say that?
Everything was fine until you dropped that video. You both are so insanely selfish.
That's so
you put
weird
her
that
in
you
an
say
impossible
that.
situation. You F Dr. Kirk too. How could you not tell him beforehand? That poor dude went through hell because of your thoughtlessness. I hope it was worth it so Anissa could meet Hasan's dog. I think calling it a charity event requires you actually donating. Don't act altruistic. Anyone sane would not have done this a third time. Yeah, no, obviously it was for their own benefit. They don't actually care about charity, considering they were taking a portion without telling everybody. Man, y'all are sympathetic. I hope you know that. I was hurting and down bad, and you guys jumped to the top of a massive dog pile. You actually spent time in the snark. That's the biggest betrayal of all. How long have you guys been consuming that shit? And then casually shouting them out in your video. What's wrong with you? This is like finding out your friend has been like a Hasan supporter. It's like, goddamn, man. You're bad and mean people. There's something wrong with you. Ian, you used to be the guy that thought of it from every angle and prepared the best arguments and counter arguments. What happened? CTE. Anissa, I want to know what a coward you are and a phony, and I'm glad you're helping Palestine. How's your advocacy going? What have you accomplished?
For why he act like this? Nah, bro. Nah, he just act like that. That's who he is. He's a piece of crap.
And if time you want to call
He's just hiding it very well in the beginning.
in and discuss Israel Palestine, let me know. This is malicious or just snipe brain. How do you include us explaining it 2 minutes before lol? Bro, this isn't even bad. The fact that Ethan had to leak this just because they were cooking up some random story about him having like unhinged messages, he's just confronting you about all the bullshit you've done. Right, so iDubbbz finally responded. Very soy response to the H3 text fiasco.
Okay.
It's about to be bad.
Man, quite a bit has happened since yesterday, guys. Quite a bit. Some of it will remain untalked about, at least by me. I'll only talk about it in the most cryptic of ways. But you ruffled some feathers? Some feathers have been ruffled. That is to be sure.
What kind of laugh is that?
Okay, give me the mic then.
I mean, that wasn't even a response. Like, I'm so cool. I'm going to talk about it cryptically. I'm going to start calling Ethan E, kind of like in Hasan's chat or whatever. I mean, even his laugh is so CTE coded, bro. Like, his brain is completely cooked at this point. Moving on to iDubbbz and Anissa trying to confront a hater. Basically, they call him out for being boring and unempathetic, and they try to justify their new terrible content. So here's a conversation in their chat. Just ask if there's a plan going forward to create content, or it's just watching YouTube forever. 90 Day Fiancé is a waste of his talent. So he's actually even complimenting iDubbbz. But you know, 90 Day Fiancé and spamming Charlie Kirk is peak empathy. I know nothing about the guy outside of a high-profile political assassination. So you're just here to cry about how often he uploads. Are you just here to troll? I was just asking a question. You're the one shutting down questions. You were interrupting stream, trying to give Ian a weird-ass life alert wake-up call. You should be moving on if you're not happy with his content. That's fair. Honestly, leave a stream. You don't want to see
I don't think they interrupt him.
How does he not do good with his content now? Stop trying to control strangers' live. What content? Owned pretty much. So then iDubbbz responds.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. This guy is just going ape shit. I don't know what's going on here. They originally say, are you going to even go back to making content, or is this the end road, watching YouTube on stream forever? I've been making videos. I mean, if you don't want to watch them, you don't have to watch them.
Also, like,
little brother.
Have been making
what's
videos.
wrong with this being the end road anyways?
Yeah, it's also
none of your freaking business.
It's also none of your business. Also, it's not YouTube. It's Discovery Plus.
Oh, stupid.
If you can't afford a subscription, just say so.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. There's nothing wrong with commenting and watching stuff.
Did I say that?
Yeah, we're having fun.
No way did iDubbbz just go, if you're a broke boy, just say so. There's no way he just... I hope that was ironic, man. I mean, he's unironically doing it's $5 a month. I just, please, I need to hit my sub goal, guys. Just this one time, please.
Also, for the record, guys, I am trying to get that 300 sub goal for the month. So if you're right there, if you're on the precipice, let this be a good day. We're in the middle of the month. I have like 13 days to go. We're getting
I've never done this for a membership. The most I've said is sign up if you're able to. That's like once every 3 months. I ain't never, okay, guys, I'm trying to reach my goal. I don't put no fucking goal thing on the screen.
Feel close. We're over halfway.
I mean, I can't get over how pathetic this is, man. And it was then the empathy duo say that they have no empathy for Charlie Kirk.
I see.
Thank
no,
you,
they said, but 90 Day Fiance.
I appreciate the kind words, Hologirl. Real talk.
And spamming Charlie Kirk is peak empathy. No, I'll let you in on a little secret. People don't have room for empathy all the time. Charlie Kirk is one of those guys I don't have very much empathy for. That's how it works. By having it doesn't mean that you distribute it freely all the time.
I'm not giving away the empathy milk for
these niggas is idiots. No, that's not how that works, iDubbbz. Yo, y'all are stupid. If you have empathy or have the ability to have empathy, that means you're able to do it for anybody. Unless it's like something catastrophic or like, I don't got no empathy for Jeffrey Dahmer. Fuck that. But still, nigga, you would be able to fucking have it for someone just because they disagreed with you on your opinions, especially on politics. No, for them, I will not have any empathy. Then that mean your empathy is fake. That means your empathy is only for performance. Even if I disagree with someone, you guys have seen me doing on live streaming and videos 1,000 times, bro. I'll disagree with somebody. Someone would do something grimy to them, and I'll be like, yeah, that's fucked up. Oh, but you're supposed to hate them. Nah, I don't really hate anybody. I just give my opinions. And I take things by a case-by-case basis. A lot of people are not able to do that. So what the hell is this? Now, I don't have any empathy for Charlie Kirk because he's on the other side. That's a real Hasan way to think, nigga. That's a Hasan-ass way to think, bro. And I don't want nothing to do with it.
Free.
Yeah. Sorry, Donald Trump doesn't get as much empathy as my wife. That's just kind of how it goes.
That's true. I
don't know. Maybe you need to figure that out.
My empathy
should be limits to your
I'm choosing to feel empathy for the people that Charlie Kirk affected more than
Actually, Charlie Kirk fucking hated empathy. He thought it was like a
weakness.
A weakness.
I agree. This nigga's evil. They both evil as hell. I agree. Marv. They're evil as hell. That's some evil shit. Well, I don't have to feel empathy for people that I disagree with. Then you don't have the ability to feel empathy. You never did. It was all an act. And now you're trying to grift towards the Hasan Piker route because your husband, Anissa, is telling you to. This is crazy.
An evolutionary disadvantage.
Yeah. Charlie Kirk will not suckle on my bountiful empathy teat. Okay? Sorry.
Okay, Anissa, you really need to stop having fantasies with other men. This is just...
The fuck right. Where did that come from? Anyone except for iDubbbz, huh, Anissa? Just anyone gets her going except for her husband.
Getting weird and disturbing.
Oh, my bad. Her wife.
And particularly talking about the dead this way is just fucking weird. I don't know. Second off, of course they ran out of empathy, guys. Just their meter, their meter was full, so they don't have any empathy. So now they got to keep misquoting him. And the thing is,
You say, I want to see Garfield come on. I don't know if that's I don't know we should, because then I'm going to start going ham. I'm going to start going ham. He's mad.
You're not giving me a chance.
I can't really control what he said. Pretty much it's bullshit. It's them trying to use bullshit excuses for reasoning and why they're pieces of shit. That's just facts. iDubbbz and his husband, Anissa, are nasty pieces of garbage. That fake empathy for certain, I guess you could say, categories or topics that's trending within their niche of wokeism, which is pretty much up Hasan Piker's ass. And I really think this is really just a ploy for Anissa to have a shot at letting Hasan blow her back up. That's what I think. While iDubbbz watch like this. Yeah, let me destroy all my fucking self-respect and have no limits when it comes to just being a disgusting, nasty piece of shit. But I will have limits to my empathy. As if there's a homeless person, I'm gonna step right over them. Who you vote for? Who would you vote for? If it's against me, walk right over you. These niggas is foul as fuck. And if I'm just being honest, they're really demonic. Y'all said in the chat that they were evil. Yes. iDubbbz and his husband are evil as fuck. Why would you talk about someone like that? How much empathy do you need to not want someone to have their life taken because their opinion was fucking different than yours? How much empathy do you truly need to be able to go, yeah, I don't think we need to send someone to, to heaven over an opinion. I don't have that much empathy. But the people who got their feelings hurt because Charlie Kirk told the truth, my empathy goes towards them. Yo, the fuck is wrong with these people? Just foul, demonic energy having ass, just nasty, sick ass motherfuckers, bro. I want to say even worse, honestly. But yeah, I think that they're pieces of shit. Straight pieces of shit, bro. Like, real talk. Nigga, if they hate America so much, why the fuck are you here, bro? Go somewhere else. Right? Like, or in fact, stay away from this motherfucker. Right? I heard they did move, right? Nah, you need to go further. It's not far enough. Nigga, we need you to go over where you fucking defending. It's not that bad in Iran or wherever. Take your ass over there. We need iDubbbz in the Middle East right now, nigga. Take your husband Anissa. Tell her wear the same fucking outfit and talk that shit. I want to see it. I want to see it just one time. My bad.
I hate when people do this. Even if you absolutely hate the guy, there's no reason to keep misquoting him, saying that, oh, well, the empathy thing, he didn't even care about that. I mean, we already debunked that like a million times. He wasn't saying empathy is bad. He was arguing semantics about how other words could be used instead. And that word is oftentimes misused to have like compassion to people who don't deserve it, like fucking terrorists. Like when you have empathy for terrorists, right, of course that word is just not a good thing to use at that particular point. And I just find it particularly disgusting when you try to slander a dead guy who can't even debate or defend himself, right? And of course, the king of empathy, no empathy for Ethan's kids, no empathy for children, only empathy for Hasan and actual evil people like the Iranian government, for example. I don't know how the fuck you actually become like this. So then people pointed out he's boring as hell.
Just asking if there's a plan going forward to create content again, or is it just watching YouTube forever now? That's all. 90 Day Fiancé is a waste.
Nigga, I've watched The Rain and been more entertained than watching iDubbbz. That's facts. Hey, he sucks. Like, dude, I just want to keep watching him get humiliated. Like, nah. His chat gonna turn to a bunch of Anissas, aka Hasan fans. 90 Day Fiancé. This shit wouldn't be more entertaining with him doing commentary. I think that would be the fucking worst, actually. 90 Day Fiancé should hit him up like, yo, 86 your shit. We don't want you reacting to us no more, bro. And tell your husband, shut their mouth.
Of his talent.
Oh,
okay. He's being sweet.
He said you have talent.
Mm.
That's so nice.
I know nothing
They
about
lied
the
to me.
guy outside of a high-profile political assassination. Well, if you're going to be talking about him like he's like he deserves a plethora of empathy and respect, then you should read some things about him.
Yeah, I don't know. Read some quotes.
I
even.
don't like. Why are you coming in here like you know what it's all about?
Sounds like he wasn't affecting your life very much.
Yeah,
So it's not your problem.
a lot of people really care about it.
Yeah, as they should, because he sucks.
Anyway, I do agree that I have talents outside of watching 90 Day Fiance. So thank you for the acknowledging that.
No, you
But
don't.
I'm doing that as well.
Not
I'm just
no
doing it
more.
off stream. My talents are off stream. Okay. Doesn't take too much talent to watch some 90 Day Fiance. It's more of a chill
Is that a
vibe.
fucking joke?
What?
Oh,
Oh, my talents. No.
Hilarious. You see, it's a joke because we never actually get it on. iDubbbz is just watching from the corner of the room while Anissa's banging her boyfriend, Gorgeous Gabe, or on a special occasion, Hasan, I suppose. Also, how
Nigga
rich
said
is it that
Gorgeous
iDubbbz and
Gabe.
Anissa are going, oh yeah, read about it. Oh, you haven't read enough about it.
Coach, okay. How you doing, Dulios? I think that's how you pronounce your name.
You didn't read enough tweets about it.
Let me know if I'm
Kind of like how
wrong.
you read about Iran, you fucking morons. Then we got delusional Anissa saying that iDubbbz is actually very talented at watching 90 Day Fiance.
no, I will say though, you're very talented
More-
and talented at this as well. I think it's important to watch relationship dynamics and
Mm.
work through them, and also make Charlie Kirk jokes when
Yeah.
we feel it in our bones.
Are you
Somebody
serious?
said
Also,
he's no Nick Fuentes. Listen, there's enough evil little bitches
To go around.
Okay, Nick Fuentes,
Mhm.
Charlie Kirk, fucking Andrew Tate. Don't act like
There's not enough,
There's not
yeah.
enough evil in the world. Okay,
Right. But yeah, it's to me, you're giving the I'm apathetic to all of it. You're saying you guys seem obsessed with him, but all right. Like
yeah, the apathy thing doesn't work anymore in 2025. I'm sorry.
I mentioned him once this stream, and to be honest, it was an indication that I've seen some of his content.
Yeah, I mean, how ironic is that? We got the devil herself going, well, there's evil people in this world. Says the person who's literally making fun of a dead guy who got assassinated for speaking at a campus and lying about him. And also calling iDubbbz talented for reacting to 90 Day
Insane.
Fiance with the most boring,
That's
slow
crazy.
Internet Explorer reactions, with the most horrible commentary known to man, uninformed garbage, like when he was talking about Iran. It's just fucking insane, dude. People responded, Nick Fuentes and Charlie didn't steal $250K from charity. They really hate everyone, including their fans. Funny how Anissa will do anything but stream on her own channel. The endless belittling of anyone who disagrees with them is why people
wanna
don't like
see her.
breadtubers. It's basically their way of the highway. They have no respect for anyone with different opinions. They're very smug and they're wishing harm in Minecraft on people they disagree with, soulless creatures. The Charlie Kirk obsession is so freaking weird. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these people. Charlie Kirk hated empathy, thought it was a weakness. What he actually hated was people using it as a meaningless buzzword to signal their own superiority. Exactly the way these two idiots use it. I mean, wow. Clock them from beyond the grave. Moving on to
Charlie Kirk separated empathy and sympathy.
Asmongold talking about the real reasons why Hasan actually hates him.
Know why I think a lot of these socialist people hate me? It's because I represent the fact that they're all hypocrites. I have more access to media, more access to income and money and luxury than any of them have. And I don't take advantage of it. I pay my taxes. It's not a problem. My editors, my mods, tons of other people get paid. It's not an issue. The reason why the socialists hate me is because I represent the fact that they're LARPing. The life that the problem is that I live the life that they say everybody should live. I'm a rich person that doesn't live like a rich person. I pay my fair share and some more in taxes. I donate tons of money to charity, and I do it every year, and I never complain about it or I don't talk about it. It is what it is. So
Flexing.
You're what they want. Yeah, exactly. These people want to be me. And you might say, oh, no, they don't.
Tell you, when he started cooking, I call him Asmon Dark. Or Asmon Black. Asmon Black, whenever he started going.
Because, you know, your house is dirty. At the end of the day, I can clean my house, but they can't clean their integrity.
Holy, okay, that goes hard. And I talked about this before. Unironically, Asmon is essentially everything Hasan wishes he could be. infinitely
Sure.
more successful, more liked, lives like a socialist, more of a respected political commentator than Hasan, even though he's literally not. Nobody considers him like this political commentator, considering he does a bunch of other shit as well. Meanwhile, Hasan is desperately trying to get to that level, being respected, being liked, and all of that. But no, he just can't do it, right?
wrong.
And basically, the only cope that Hasan has is that, oh, Asmon lives in filth, his room is dirty. But Hasan, what you gotta realize is you're fucking corrupted on the inside. Nobody likes you. You're this evil villain who happens to be conventionally attractive to the point where you have some measure of a fan base on like fucking TikTok and Taylor Lorenz and a bunch of unhinged psychopaths. But the
You got a
reality
TikTok
of the
following?
fact is something
I didn't know you had a TikTok following. That's
that
crazy.
you've admitted, you wallow in misery all day, every day. You literally hate your own fans.
I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate streaming. I hate socialism.
These are your words. Your legacy is shocking your dog. I feel like it's time to
Damn.
give it up. Okay, how long are you going
Truth,
to keep
though.
going? So then Asmon talks about having integrity.
I have integrity. Something that very few people have. I'm the fantasy that everybody wants to have, or that everybody wants somebody else to have, but they don't want to have themselves. Almost all of these other people that try to LARP as being these like super progressive people, they don't actually live according to any of their standards at all. Like you don't, like, again, like I'm not saying you shouldn't have a house if you're a socialist, but like you don't need to have like luxury cars, luxury brands, a $3 million house. Like you don't need to have this much stuff. Like you're
That don't
living a
make
life of
sense.
luxury. Like you don't need, I'm not saying you have to be poor, right? You don't have to live like I do even. But like when you dressing up with Gucci and shit like that, like that's something you don't need to do. And I live
not
the
wrong.
integrity every day.
He's not wrong. I think it's ridiculous to be a socialist and be flexing like that, bro. That sounds crazy. Shoot, I'm not a socialist and I don't flex like that.
Of every week, of every month, of every year.
I also ain't got it like that. I mean, I'm broke as hell. So I'm wearing a fancy watch. I wear a rubber band on my hand, nigga. That's jewelry. You flexing with the rubber band, like, got a new hoodie.
I don't need luxury. I don't need fancy things. I don't need accolades. I don't need privilege. I just need you guys. I need a camera. I need my room. I need my Chipotle and some beef
That's
jerky.
real.
And I'm happy.
No, don't
Nigga
say
said
you're
Chipotle
happy.
beef.
No.
Okay, okay. I guess my Chipotle and beef jerky would be green. That's it. That's the replacement. And then you guys, some green, some people to roast and make fun of. Nigga, we having a good time in this motherfucker.
Oh, but your room is dirty. No, I, Hasan Piker, am furious about this. I am very angry about this.
Vegeta.
And basically, here we have the results of the beef summed up. Hasan is miserable. Asmon is happy. That is literally all you
All
need to
the
know,
green.
right? And these are self-reported by the both of them. Honestly, Hasan is about as happy as Kaya when she gets fucking zapped. And it's completely true about the socialist thing as well. Asmon lives on a very cheap sort of budget, a very standard lifestyle, below average even, I'd say. Like, he should
Crazy.
probably spend a little more of his money, while Hasan claims to be a man of the people, fighting for the working class, claiming to care about your wages and the healthcare. But then that's what he says, but what he actually
Give a
does
damn
is
about your
directly
wages.
takes money from broke people and then uses it to buy Gucci bags, to buy supercars, to buy mansions, to go on expensive trips to China and buy the most
Facts.
expensive dog breed and show it off by keeping it in the background of a stream 10 hours a day. And if it dares to move, you zap it. Bzz.
Crazy.
Please, Kaya, please. Villain. Absolute villain. Wait a
Insane.
minute. The dog zap guy does politics. Hasan's a cancer on Twitch that until removed will continue to
calling
destroy
the
the
dog
platform.
zap
That's
guy.
a brilliant way to put it. Now click this.
Hilarious. Shouts to more Pegasus, man. He cooked them. But yeah, Hasan is a loser. So is iDubbbz. All right, I don't rock with neither one of them. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section.